What's up, people? Welcome to the 41st episode of the News That Matters, where I tell you some interesting and fun news and some news that I think may matter to you, as most news channels broadcast bullshit. News number 1 is about the result of the Class 10 CBSE board exam, which was declared today. The overall pass percentage this year is 86.7. Girls outperformed boys in this exam with a pass percentage of 88.67 compared to 85.3 among the boys. There are 4 toppers this year sharing identical marks, a whopping 499 out of 500. Well, if you also got your result today, tell me your CGPA down in the comments below. The next news is an interesting one from the states of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. People from the states of UP and Bihar are reportedly smuggling petrol and diesel now from Nepal. People are reportedly driving all the way to Nepal and getting their vehicles refilled, as well as bringing extra fuel in cans with them from Nepal. This is kinda good, I think, as it gives out a message that if center doesn't do anything soon, people can find other ways of helping themselves and are no longer going to bear the torture of the blood-sucking Jumla party. Petrol is cheaper by a whopping Rs 15 per litre and diesel by Rs 18 per litre in Nepal. Also, we pay 35% more for petrol and diesel than the citizens of Pakistan. Now, if all this doesn't tell you that there is something wrong with the government of our country, and if it doesn't tell you that the government is purposefully cheating with citizens and sucking their money, then you are completely swallowed by the cloud of Andhbhakti. The officials even have the audacity to say that they will punish people who are involved in this smuggling. Seriously, so you don't take any steps to reduce prices and torture the citizens of the country, and if they try to lessen the burden from their shoulders, you have a problem with that too. Look, I'm not in favor of smuggling or even this step by people in UP and Bihar, but given the situation of the common citizens today, as well as the fact that the worst set of politicians are in power currently, there doesn't seem to be any other way left, as people have already tried out the common ways like protests and strikes. So I guess you should too get your fuel from other countries and teach the Jumlebaz party a lesson. The next news comes from Karnataka's ex-governor, who just said the exact same thing, and I mean literally word to word what I am thinking. He said that a governor for any state should be a non-political person and an absolutely independent individual, not under the influence of any political party, and should function impartially. Well, that's exactly how a governor should work, and not like the ones that are currently appointed by the Jumla party, as they try to be the pets of the Jumla party. Even though this man himself was a congressman during his period in power and that he too has been accused of acting like a Congress pet, this remark he made is unarguably true and correct for the democracy. I personally think that the institution of a governor should be much like a court's judge, that is, completely impartial and unbiased and not under anybody's influence. Well, the next news is about the Prime Minister's visit to other countries once again. Well, it's not a surprise that he's leaving now, as no new elections are near and Karnataka elections are also over. So he's doing his duty once again now, that is, his duty of a travel vlogger. He's quite on the rising inflation and issues like poor healthcare and education in many states of India, and hasn't even said a word about the deaths of 13 people in Tamil Nadu recently due to the rowdy and unlawful act of police. He just boasted about how his party did a damn favor to the country by not completely burning it down in the last 4 years, and now he's off again. I think before taking any interest in foreign matters, the internal matters of the country and condition of every section of the society should be looked upon and made better. Well, what can we say? Criticizing BJP only leads to death threats or in some cases direct death. Glad this series is not famous yet. Well, now let's have some tech news. Vivo has officially launched its Vivo X21 smartphone in the country today. The only standout feature of this phone is its in-display fingerprint scanner. The rest of the features are fairly standard, with Snapdragon 660 processor, 6.28-inch AMOLED display and 6GB of RAM. And the price of the phone has been kept at Rs 36,000. Seriously, the only thing different in this phone is the fingerprint scanner being under the screen glass, which makes the unlocking a few milliseconds slower too, and the price is 36,000, that too with a Snapdragon 660. I clearly do not recommend this phone at this price, and buying it just for flaunting the fingerprint scanner is stupidity unless you have money lying around and you were just thinking of throwing it away in the dump. Just buy the OnePlus 6 instead of this, and you will be in a much better place in terms of performance and reliability for many more years. The next news comes from a report that claims that WhatsApp is most likely to launch its payment feature for every user by next week. The app will partner with some banks like HDFC and Axis Bank to facilitate the transfer of money from one person to another. This feature till now was in testing phase and was only available to very few people, but now all users will be able to use it. But don't you think it just adds another option among an already overlong list of money transfer apps? I mean, almost everyone who uses digital payments in the country uses Paytm now. But it should be noted that WhatsApp has over 20 times the user base of Paytm. There are over 200 million Indians who use WhatsApp. I guess it can easily give a very tough competition to Paytm, as users will now have one less app on their devices. Do you think WhatsApp will be able to take over Paytm's market share, or will it even cause a minor dent in Paytm's user base? Tell me down in the comments. The last news for today comes from Xiaomi, which has confirmed the launch dates of its awaited flagship phone, the Xiaomi Mi 8. Company posted a pic on Instagram with a caption asking users what they hope for the most from the Mi 8, whose launch will be on May 31st. Yes, in just 2 days, Xiaomi will unveil its Mi 8 smartphone along with some other devices like the Mi Band 3 and reportedly maybe the Mi Note 5 phone too. The flagship device will be a standard of 2018 according to many reports with a Snapdragon 845 processor. Let's see if it has any other features that will surprise us on the 31st of May. Well, this was all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of News That Matters. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more.